goes out to my mother, Beverly K. Jacobs, and to the world. Let them know that
Okay.
we live by faith and not by sight.
This one's called Follow the Signs. Now, when you follow the signs, we all know that we in this we have began our, for some of us, our journey, right? And so in this journey, we know that we can already tell you ahead of time the end point that we're trying to reach, right? We know the end point is Zion. We know the end point is the kingdom of heaven. We know the end point is Yahushua. We know the end point is our heavenly makers, our creators. We know that's the end goal. And to be able to stand before them, right? Without being cast out, right? That's the whole point. So in that though, from you have to look at, in order to get there, you have to look at from where you already are at. Starts there. And then starting there, you begin to learn and have been taught your past, right? So the past is what got you to this point, right? But we know that we ought to go further. This ain't it. This ain't it at all. So let's go into these scriptures. Go to Matthew 19. Matthew 19, and we will start at perfect. 16. Matthew 19, starting at verse 16. This is how it began. Listen. Shh. He says, and behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And Yahushua said unto him, First of all, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yah. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. 18. So he said unto him, Well, which commandments you talking about? He wanted to know. So Yahushua said, the one y'all called Jesus, is Yahushua. He says, Thou shalt do no murder. Okay, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor your father and mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And the young man said unto him, Well, all these things I have kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Now, at this point, that's us. Meaning, he knows his past. He find out who he is. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So this is where we at too in life. See, he's at that midway point as well. But he's like, well, I did all those other things of the past, So am I, but I'm trying to make it there. Right? I'm trying to make it there to heaven, eternal life. What else do I need to do? Is there anything else? Or have I already achieved it? And I'm just, just kind of Cadillacing right now. That's what he wanted to know. So that right there, that's why I would say me and you are at. Are we done here? Have we finished? Is our course over? We have gotten this far. Oh, we know that now we are Hebrew Israelites. Oh, we know now we are the children of Yah. Oh, wow. Right? So we done? Are we done? What do you think? I would hear someone once say, well, all you got to do is have faith. Once saved, always saved. I hear people say that. So are we done? Is there such thing as once saved, always saved? What do you think? The answer is no. You're not done. You haven't achieved it. We all still have things we must do to go forth. That's why I say faith without works is dead. Because one person can say, well, I got faith, but that's all I got. I believe. But what does just believing get you? Or just one day knowing where you come from? Is that what does it mean to know where you come from? Ain't about where you're going. Is it about where you're coming from or where you're going? Where you going? Exactly. It's about where you're going. Yeah, everyone had a rocky start. Everyone starts off here or starts off there. Right? And then there's some of us who get what you call head starts. Right. Think about it. When I think about head starts, y'all say, well, what are you talking about head starts? For me, I would say head starts would be the rich. The rich people. To me, I think they believe they have gotten a what? A head start in life. They figure like, well, yeah, I got a head start. Right? In this great journey. And it might be so. But even from where you are at, is that rich person done? No. Still got some ways to go. So today we will understand in this walk that we have to pick up the pace in. We start off crawling, how Yah says it when we first born. Well, first of all, when we first born, we don't do nothing. We just kind of lay on our backs and cry, don't we? We can't even do that much, right? And then eventually we start beginning able to finally get on our hands and knees and we be able to crawl a little bit. And then from that crawl, we start beginning to learn how to stand. And then once we learn how to stand upright, we begin to start taking those first steps, right? And it's funny to me, what for everybody is something different. And it's crazy when I say this. And you probably can think back to the moment what made you get up and walk. For everybody, their motivation is different. It could be for one person, it can just be your father saying, hey, come here, get up, walk to me. For some of us, it's our mother who says, get up, walk, come on. Come on, come on. For some of us, it's just a toy that's up there. We won't get to that toy. We're like, oh. Right? Or it's another person, it's a piece of candy that can be their motivation. They get up and crawl because they see that candy and get up again to walk. But I notice for everybody, they all have their different motivations, what gets them to actually walk. Right? Because I always think about all of you guys when you began to walk for the first time. Everyone always had a different motivation.
She walked for some pancakes.
Yeah. Yeah, for some it was pancakes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So definitely. So this young gentleman, he's at a point now. He's like, okay, have I done enough? So he wanted to know, is the journey am I there yet? Am I about to cross over? Am I good? I've done this, this list of things so far. I checked off a lot of things. That's what he says, right? 20 then. The young man said unto him then, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Then what else? I did all those things. I've achieved those things already. But he was kind of being a little arrogant about it. Right? Feeling like he felt in his heart he had done enough, really. Until Yahushua inspected him. Right? Yahushua examines all of our walk. And Yahushua will give us what we need to complete it. So when he looked at this guy, he challenged him and said, well, Yahushua said unto him, 21, if thou wilt be perfect now, perfect. Perfect also means to be whole. Remember that. Whole. W-H-O-L-E. And it's funny how they have another whole, which is the complete opposite. You notice that? H-O-L-E. To dig a what? To dig a hole. It's funny how they have the same sounding word but mean the very opposite of each other. So when you speaking, you don't even know which one they're actually referring to. Am I digging a hole for myself, or am I empty? Right, or am I being completed? And my hole is being what? Filled. See, whole, W-H-O-L-E, is to fill that what? Hole. Make me whole. Make me perfect. But H-O-L-E is to what? Create a what? A hole. It's to create lack. Right? It's funny how they use the same word to mean two different opposing things. That's weird. Now that we just brought that one out. Whole and old. Means the complete opposite of each other. Yet we say it for both. I'm in the hole. I'm whole. Right? Right. All right. So Yahushua said unto them, if you will be perfect or made whole, go and sell that you have, and give it to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions already. So he felt like, I got to give up some stuff. I already have a lot of things. Right? I have achieved some things. But I know where y'all think I'm going with this, but you have not a clue. Now, guess what? Yes, he had some things that he had gained according to his past life, right? But that was not going to get him to into the kingdom. That's what Yahushua was letting them know. That's not going to get you into the kingdom, though. That's not it. You're not done. Right? So let's see what he told him again. He said, sell all that thou hast and give it to the poor. Right? And thou shalt have treasures in heaven. So he already telling him he has to give his stuff away to the poor, meaning he has to abandon everything he thought he knew. Right? Things he had grown to love. He has to leave those things and give it away. Everything that he had built up. And he says, and thou shalt have treasures in heaven. So he was telling them for doing so, he was already going to be rewarded. Now, I'm going to tell you what he was really trying to tell him to give up. Of course, he was talking about this material things, but he was also trying to tell him that he needed to, Yahushua was trying to elevate him to the next level, right? We can tell it so far, right? He really was trying to elevate him to the next level, right? So when he says to sell all that thou hast and give it to the poor, We know now that he was talking about the poor of who? Israel. Give all thou hast to the poor of Israel. The question is, was he of Israel too? Was this young man of Israel too? The answer is yes, he was. He was of Israel. So this young man had already admitted he knew the Bible. He knew it. Like the back of his hand, he said that, right? He said, man, I did all that from the youth. I know the book like the back of my what? My hand. So when Yahushua was telling him, okay, now sell all you have and give it to the poor, he was telling him, listen, spiritual, now go teach the what? Exactly. Sell all you have. Meaning now, everything you have built, you have come to learn, right? It's time for you to what now? To teach them. Teach the younger. Teach those that are younger than you now. Sell all you have now and what? Invest what? In them. Invest it into them. Teach them. You know it. The poor is people who don't what? That's why they poor. Poor means it doesn't mean poor talking about money-wise. He's talking about the poor in knowing Yahushua. The poor in knowing the truth. The poor in not knowing knowledge. He said, my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. So he had the knowledge. And Yah was telling him, now you have to pour it back into what? The poor. That's what made, he said, because it was what he knew that had made him what? Rich. Exactly. It was what he knew that had made him. That's why he had so many great possessions, based on what he knew. So Yahushua was sharing with him, and now it's time for you to invest into them. And he says, and then you shall have a treasure in heaven. Was he telling him that he was going to lose it all? No, he was telling him that what you know, you cannot hold it in. You have to distribute that. No one makes you build you up into a great teacher for you to just shut your mouth. Right? It's not built up like that. But if you've been built by Yah, he going to build you up without, like right now, we all learning here. So that means what? One day we learning for just for we can keep it to ourselves. You think that's what it's for? I trust me, it will never be like that. When y'all invest into you, it's because y'all is building you up one day to what? Invest into what? Yeah. The younger generations. Yeah, you're going to have to reinvest that into them. Everything that built you up, you got to now pour it out. Right? You pouring the glass to the full, but for what purpose? If I pour a glass to the full, why you think I'm pouring it to the full? Huh? Exactly. So someone can drink it. So that someone can what? Drink it. Right, I'm not just pouring it all into you for you to keep it to yourself. Who pours a whole glass of juice and then just sits it there and not just admire the glass of juice? Right? Who does that? But so if you're pouring a glass of juice, it's for the purpose of what? Somebody's gonna have to what? Someone's gonna have to drink it. Right? Y'all ain't never poured a glass and then nobody drank it. What's the point in pouring it then? So when y'all build you up, it is for the sake that you will be able to be useful, profitable unto others. Right? So that was what he was trying to share with the young, but he didn't understand it. He was trying to elevate him. Next thing he says, and come and what? Follow me. Now this part was his next phase, next part of his journey in order to get him through. When he says, come, follow me, follow Yahushua, Meaning he was saying, now come follow my what? Huh? His teachings. Come follow me, meaning now it's time for you to be my what? Disciple, my student. It's time for you to be my student now. Because he said he had already learned a lot of stuff through Moses, right? He said, I know all the laws, I know all the rules. I learned my Bible to the back of my head. So, okay, now come and what? Sell all that, teach them, and then come what? Follow me, so now you can get these new teachings. It's time to upgrade you. Right? But he was afraid to what? To go. And he kept back everything he knew to himself. Now the question is, do you think he entered into the kingdom of heaven? No. Because he broke the commandments in doing so. See, that's the thing you can't do. Number one rule, if you're trying to make it into heaven, number one thing you cannot do is hide yourself from the poor. You cannot hide your teachings. You've been taught so that you can what? Teach it. You can't hide it. So he broke that when he decided to keep it to himself. That's what you call unprofitable at that point. Cannot be used because they keep their teachings to themselves. That is not why y'all invested into him in the first place. Right? He invested into him so that he could pour out on them, on the younger generations, on the newer ones that never knew of Yah. That's why they was called poor. Poor mean the ones that don't know Yah. Right? Rich are those who do what? They know Yah. And they rich in those teachings. So that's the one thing you cannot do is deny them that right to learn Yah. If it's at your disposal. This is what got, remember Lazarus? The one who sat at the rich man's door and at his gate? And he said the dogs licked his sores and they both died. But Lazarus went to heaven and the rich man went to hell. Now you see why. And he explained it to him. He said, because when you was on earth, you lived it good. You had the teachings. Lazarus sat at your gate every day, just wanting you to teach him. And you wouldn't say what? A word. You denied him. The truth. What Lazarus wanted to know? Who he was. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? Questions like that. That the rich man definitely knew the answers what? To. But he held back. But that's the thing. Did Lazarus go to hell because he didn't teach him? According to the scriptures, Lazarus still ended up making it to his rightful place in the bosoms of Abraham. He joined back with the brothers and sisters of what? Of Israel. So he did find out who he was. He did make it. But not by the help of that one who didn't teach him nothing. And that was why he had to go to hell. Because he held back. All right? So this. 22. No, 23 now. So then Yahushua said unto his disciples, verily, verily, I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yah. You see that? He's telling you because why? It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
It's hard.
Huh?
Hard.
It's hard. Why is it hard? Because the rich man don't know how to open up himself to what? To the poor, do it. The mindset of the rich is always to hold back from the what? from the poor. And they don't get it. It's not for you to hold back from the poor. When the poor are trying to learn the truth and trying to understand things, and you have those things at your disposal and you continue to hide and hold back. Right? So when the disciples heard it, then 25, they were exceedingly amazed and said, well then, if that rich man didn't make it mean and he knew all the truth, who then can be saved? Because he knew. So Yahushua said, he beheld them and said unto them, see, with men, this is what? Impossible. But with Yah, what? All things are possible. All things are possible. So the same thing when he told to the young boy, come and follow who? Follow me. See, that's what he said. If he would have followed him, then it would have been possible for him to make it. Because Yah is the doorway to making it. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed you. What shall we have thereof? See, that's what they said. Well, we have forsaken all. We have given up everything we had and followed you. And Yahushua said unto them, that you which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, you shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. I repeat, once Yahushua take back his throne, then you will also receive what? The throne. And you will sit upon the throne, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You will be the judge of 12 tribes of Israel. Because if you leave all and follow him, he's going to teach you what they call judgment. He's going to teach you what? If you follow Yahushua, you will learn judgment. That was how you was going to be able to sit on the 12 thrones of Israel and be able to what? Judge them. Right? And everyone that has forsaken house or brethren or sister or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall also inherit everlasting life. You hear that? So he's giving you some of your benefit package up front, letting you know. He said, you shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting what? Life. Now, when he talked, and I heard in other scriptures in Matthew, Mark, Luke, they also said when you shall receive that 100-fold, he was referring to receiving that while you own what? Earth. So you got blessings once you make it to the kingdom. Listen. But you also got blessings that's going to come about while you still what? On earth. Because of your obedience. Okay? But many that are first shall be what? Last, and the last shall be what? First. Always remember that. And when he's telling you that first shall be last, last shall be first, meaning he's talking about how do you treat people. When you was last, somebody went out their way to reach you, and to them, you became what? First. Because you was first priority. To make sure that poor person knew this truth. So that last person was the poor person, right? And they became the first priority on the rich person's list, right? And they taught you well, didn't they? Then you became first. But then now, because you learned, you must become what? That's what it means. Now you got to pour it out, what? And invest. Now you have to invest into the poor, another poor one now. You see, first shall be last, and the last shall be what? First. You get it? Okay. I'm glad you guys get it. Now, Whenever you're in this journey, I want you to understand, when you're in this journey and you're going and you're headed to the kingdom of Zion, you on your way, you get into the kingdom of heaven and you're on your way to go see Yah. You got to follow the signs, right? Now the question is, what are the signs? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Well, in any time you ever going somewhere, but I always learned is that when people start explaining directions to you, for some reason, they always remember directions based on what they call landmarks. And you say, well, what is a landmark? Well, a landmark is something along your route that stands out to you, that you always remember that when you see it, and that's how you know you're going the right way. For instance, I notice when I come through my street, I always know it's my street because I see a 2-story house. That's called a what? A landmark. Because I know if I see that house, I know, oh, I'm right down the street from my house. We look for landmarks, don't we? And we start remembering those little landmarks as we go through this journey. So, okay, I remember that right there. Now that I'm going in the right direction. Because if I don't see it, I know that I ain't supposed to turn yet, right? I have to wait till I see that landmark. I say, okay, now, oh yeah, that's it. That means, I ain't even got to look at the street signs. I don't even, right, I just remember that house, right? It's that house right there that I always remember that house. And that house lets me know I'm what? I'm close, right? Now, don't get me twisted. If they probably tear it down, then I'd be like, oh, Lord, where I'm at, right? But I remember that landmark. So that's the thing. You're going to, in this journey with Yah, he also produces what they call landmarks as well. So that you always know you're going in the right direction, right? Because you're going to remember these landmarks. Now, these landmarks are called, that's why I say follow the signs. The signs are the landmarks, right? Because you're going to have so many things out here that's going to try to deceive you, make you turn down a bad street. The goal is not to turn down those bad streets. So in order for you not to turn down them bad streets, Yah has produced what he called landmarks. That way you always know you're on the right track. Another landmark for me, I don't know about you guys, but a landmark for me, I will give you one of my little secrets. One of the landmarks for me, when I'm always know after I done talk to Yah, for some reason, he does one or two things. Every time I talk to Yah, and Yah reveals something to me, and if I know I'm right, going down the right path in my mind, in my train of thought, for some reason, it's just me. I don't know if it ever happened to anybody else, but for me, every time I'm in the right train of thought, a blue jay comes out. A blue jay always run across my path when I'm on the right train of thought. A blue jay will come flying by, and then I'll be like, okay, I hear you. Because soon as I had that thought, if I'm thinking and I don't see one, then I continue to think on.
So the landmarks is what he created, right? Is that what he created, like nature and stuff like that?
Right. Yeah, because there's a bad signs too. Like you say, like a deer in the road when you're riding and you hit a deer, they say that's a bad sign if you hit a deer when you're riding down. Or it's a bad sign if you see a what?
Sheep. Like, is it sheep still?
Sheeps? I don't know about, yeah, it's something weird about sheeps if you see a sheep. I do know it's weird if you see, remember how you say a black cat? See a black cat in your path and stuff. So those are bad omens too. That, oh, Lord. They say, turn the other way. But there are landmarks too that you know that are positive landmarks. Not necessarily that we not want to focus too much on the bad ones, but we know some things, like if you see like a vulture, right? You just, you see the vulture just eating dead meat in the middle of the street, you just kind of feel weird. You weirded out, like, oh Lord. Because they say that's a sign of death. It's close. Somebody's about to die around you. So it's little landmarks like that when you know where you're headed and where you're going. I hate seeing them vultures, but when I see them, somebody always die near me. I just see one of them. Because you can't unsee them. They're like one of the biggest birds you're going to see. Right? Like, dang, when you see one, you're like, dang. Every time I see one, something bad happens. You know? Yeah. Okay. Now, because of this journey, you got to look for the landmarks, right? Now, let's go to Matthew. Since we're right here, let's go back a chapter. Go to Matthew 18. Okay, we're gonna start at 5. Now let's start at 4. It says Matthew 18 and 4. He said, "Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven." So he's saying that one had to humble himself as a little what? Child. Now, when he says humble himself as a little child, one has to humble himself as a little child. This is part of that born again thing he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And when you're being born again, you start off as a babe all over again. That's why I started calling us at that point when a lot of them got re-brought into it. They was called babes in Christ. Have you ever heard that term? Babes in Christ, or children of God. Right. And so now when you become a child, why do you think they're calling you a child at that point? Exactly. Because you're learning now for the first time. See, born again meaning you're learning all over what? That's what he was telling the rich young ruler, wasn't he? Now it's time to learn this. I know you know that, but he said, sell all that, right? Give it to the poor. Now what? Now it's time for you to learn something new. You need to learn this. Right? You're not of that no more. You're not of those old commandments anymore. You're of this new. But you need to learn what this new is, right? So when you're learning what this new is, he calls you a child, because the child is learning now. Because you know, when you're in class, the child don't say nothing. They just all about learning, right? Listen to this teacher, listen to that teacher, listen to that teacher, listen to this teacher, listen to that one, right? And they try to process all of the information all the way from kindergarten all the way to what? 12th grade, right? So that's like 12 different teachers, right? You know, and then if they got subs, you got to learn from them. And then if they got teacher helpers, you got to learn from them. And so you just, okay, but you got to say, okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Right? And you trying, and then the goal, right, is for you to what? To remember all that. Right? All that, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, Miss Krabappel. Yes, Miss Krabappel. No. And you trying to remember all that stuff, right? Because that's what they expect you to do, right? Remember all your teachings, right? So that's what he was. So a little child is one that has to relearn the faith. They don't quite think they know it, but don't fully what? So they have to start over. When you start over, the best thing you could do at that point is just shut up. Because everything you thought you knew, you what? You don't know. So you have to be quiet. At this point, they would say you be slow to what? Slow to speak. And quick to what? To listen. Because at this point, you're learning, right? Okay. So, this was Yah says. 5. Whosoever shall receive one such little one in my name receiveth me. So what did he say again? Whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. So he's saying right here, anyone, listen, that is a teacher, receive one of these little ones that is learning all over again in my name is receiving who? Yahushua. Because they are his what? Children. And he wants you to what? Teach them. But 6 says, but whosoever shall offend one of these little ones, which believeth in me, It was better for him that a milestone was hanged about his neck and that he would drown in the depth of the sea. It's better for him to tie something around his neck, a big old heavy stone around his neck, and go drown himself. Cast a stone in, it's going to yank him by his neck, so he's going to go in what? Head first, headlong, and throw himself into the bottom of the ocean if he offend one of these little ones. Now you say, well, what does the word offend mean then? It's wrong, of course it's wrong. But I'm going to tell you what offend means. It is because you are their teacher. The worst thing you could possibly do is mislead them. That's why you have to go headlong. Head meaning since, because a body moves by the head, don't it? The head guides the body. So he's telling you, you are their head. But if you mislead them, then you lose what? Your head. So what does it mean to lose his head? Who was his head?
Yeah.
Exactly. So he's going to lose Yah. Exactly. Exactly what he's saying. And so he says in verse 7, woe unto the world because of offenses now. Guess what? Because of offenses, this must happen. For it must need be that offenses come. Right? So what is offenses again? What is offense? To mislead. Write that down so that you know this definition. You're going to need to remember these definitions because somebody going to ask you, what does offenses mean? And you ain't going to know. And I give you dictionary definitions that you need to write. Spiritual definitions that you need to know, understand, learn, keep, and hold. Offense means to what?
Mislead.
To mislead. All right. So he says, and woe unto the world. Who's the word he's talking about? The world of Israel. Woe unto the body, woe unto Israel. Because guess what? It's going to be a whole lot of what out there? Misleaders. Exactly. You getting it? Woe unto us because there is going to be a lot of people out here what? Misleading. For it must needs be that these misleaders what? Come. But woe to that man by whom the misleading cometh from. That's what he's saying. Woe unto the one who is the misleader, the deceiver. Right? Exactly. Woe unto the one who misleads. Being a teacher of what? Israel. A guide of who? Israel. So if you're a shepherd to the flock, if you head of what? Household, you better lead them what? Right? Or you're going to lose. Remember he said you lose what? Your head. You will lose Yah. Okay. Then you understand what they said. Now the blind is leading the what? Because now you have, when you lose Yah, you have just been what? Blinded. You have been blinded and cast out. It's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to lose Yah. All right. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Because as a sheep of the flock, you got to lead them right. So he says, whoa, because there's going to be a lot of misleaders out here. But he says, woe unto you. If you be the one found misleading. He says, better for you to what? Tie what? Milestone around your neck And cash, okay, he said that's the same similar fate of what you finna to get. It's gonna be upon your own head. That's why I use the word head. Second Corinthians 3:17. See, all this is a part of the journey. Now, about these landmarks. Because now we got to be careful, because like he just said, we just read, there's many people out here that's going to be out here trying to what? Lead and deceive, right? We got to be careful. But never fear, because Yah has laid the landmarks down. These are the landmarks you definitely need to know in your journey. What is the end goal? Remember, I want to reiterate it again. What is the end goal? Huh? Where are you headed? What is your end destination? Zion. The kingdom of heaven. That is the end destination. Now, so with the end destination, what are the landmarks? Shh. What are the landmarks then? What are the landmarks? If the end destination is Zion, Mount Zion, the end destination is the kingdom of heaven. If the end destination is to be united back with Yah, then what are the landmarks?
To accumulate Yah's people.
To accumulate Yah's people?
Landmarks with S?
Because it's going to be more than one landmark. That's the thing. You remember, you're on a journey. So when you're on a journey, it's called checkpoints, those landmarks, right? Because when you meet a landmark, that don't mean you're at home, right? That means you're getting what? Closer. So is that the only landmark you normally kind of put in there? For instance, even if you just come in, let's just say you coming from school, right? And if you missed your bus and you couldn't reach me and you had to walk home, could you get home? Yes, I know you can, because of what? The landmarks. You remember certain things you're supposed to see when you hit it. Now, for each one of you, I know for sure you got more than one landmark you're going to remember seeing. For some of y'all, it's going to be a street sign. For some of y'all, it's going to be a building. For some of y'all, it's going to be a sign. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that sign right there. I'm getting closer. Oh, I remember that right there. I'm getting warm. Right? So you're going to have, I know each one of y'all have more than one landmark. Even just making it from school to home. Right? See that what I'm saying? So it's more than one what? Because you can't even, I can probably say you got about maybe no less than 3 landmarks. I know. I'm going to up it to 5. That you probably got 5 things you know when you see that you know you're on your way. That you know. And matter of fact, for some strange reason, we always tend to look at those things too, to make sure. For some reason, we just want to lay eyes on it. Like, okay, yeah, there you go. And then we keep it moving. But we definitely going to glance, even if it's just a glance, we'll glance at it. Sometimes for me, it be those big old things, those little water tower things they be having, the little big balls. And you kind of look at this, oh yeah, I'm close. Exactly. For some of us, it's businesses that we see, right? We like, oh, I remember that business right there. I know I'm close, right? And that's how those landmarks. So there's more than one landmark on this journey. It's more than one landmark. I need you to understand that. These landmarks, these ensigns, they're there. Okay. So 2 Corinthians 3, and go down to verse 17. All right. Now it says, now Yahusha is that spirit. And where the spirit of Yahusha is, there is what? Liberty. or Jubilee. Now, originally, I would tell y'all, originally they called Yahushua the Holy Ghost. Originally, the set apart Ruach, which was the ghost. Now, some people, of course, got weirded out with the word ghost. So they changed it to what? Spirit. Saying you got Yahushua's spirit. But actually, it was the what? The ghost of Yahushua. That was what it was originally. But like I said, people got weirded out with saying, because remember, the spirit didn't go to everybody. Right? So I guess for those who didn't have it, they say they kind of got weirded out when they hear the word ghost. And they're looking at people who got the ghost. Right? Right? So that, of course, it means a totally different thing when you think about it that way, don't it? And people, that's what made people look uneasy about it. So they said, well, let's give us a word that makes it more digestible. We'll just say, well, that person got the spirit. But he said the spirit of who, though? It's still Yahushua. So it's still his ghost, right? Right? And he said, so therefore he said the spirit of Yahushua is there. Wherever that spirit is, it's what? It's what? Liberty or freedom or jubilee, right? So what is he saying to you? If anybody say they got the spirit, it comes with what? Liberty. Exactly. Exactly. I will call that landmark number 1. Anyone professing to say they got the spirit, what's the opposite of what? Liberty. What? Captivity. Exactly. So if they say they in one accord with Yahushua and they got the same spirit and operate in the same spirit, then if I meet this person along my path, this is the landmark that I'll need you to look to see. Does this person come with liberty? Or does this person come with captivity? Landmark 1. Because remember, he just read that there's going to be woe unto those who offenses, right? So there's going to be a lot of people out here saying, they got the spirit, come follow me. Exactly. But now you begin to see that wherever the spirit is, there's what? There's liberty. So if you in the spirit, because where is the spirit headed to?
Zion.
Exactly. It's headed to Zion. So that person is going on the same place you were. So they gotta come with what? Liberty. If they say that that's what they do, that's where they're headed, then they must be giving this very thing out. They have to be distributing what? Liberty. Right? You gotta know these landmarks. If not, you will be deceived. And we've been talking for the last couple of weeks. You'll be shipwrecked. You will be shipwrecked. See, the goal is not to get what? In this journey with y'all. You headed home, but you got to know these landmarks are set there to help you what? Get home. Now, the reason why we call these people and things landmarks, listen. Because the rich young ruler, the young boy, he knew the truth. He knew it. So the poor don't know y'all, right? So in essence, The teacher helps you or me, the poor, draw what? If they teaching it right, they helping you do what? Drawing you what? Closer to who? To Yah. Exactly. If they are who they say they are there to draw you what? Closer to who? To Yah. That's what the landmark is, meaning you're getting what? Closer. Exactly. You started out from a poor state. But in order to make it home, you have these landmarks along the what? The way. Each one draws you what? Exactly. Exactly. Now, when you see these signs, some of these signs say detour, some of these signs says dead end, right? But you gotta know which one is these, right? Because if you don't, you will fall and be shipwrecked. You gotta pay attention to the what? To the signs. He just told you the spirit that's headed to Zion, follow the spirit. But the spirit you will know, because every time you meet someone who say they have the spirit, it's supposed to come with what? Landmark number 1 says what? Jubilee, liberty, freedom. Right? They have to be presenting that to you and not captivity. Or they're liars, deceivers. And then at that point, that's why we always pray. What he said, lead us not into what? But deliver us from what? See, that's what it means. They are evil. They're not bringing you to Yah. They're evil. Okay, go to James 3, 13 through 18. James 3:13 said, who is a wise man and endued with the knowledge amongst you? See, this is what he's saying. Now, who's the teacher here? Who got the truth? Who's the wise man? Who right? Who's the one we need to go to? The same way John the Baptist told him what? What did John the Baptist tell him? What? Remember his disciples? What does he say? Go to Yahushua. Didn't he say that? He said that he may increase and I must what? Decrease. Because it was time for them to draw what? Even what? Closer to Yah. Exactly. It was time for them to draw even closer to Yah. So he even said it. You got to go to him. If you're trying to draw I know you guys are with me. But if you're trying to draw even closer to Yah, you have to go what? Another step what? Further with this one. That's what John the Baptist was saying when he said, I must decrease now, that he may what? Increase. Because he knows the way to what? To Yah. He knows the way. You need to go to him and hear him. He knows what? The way. Listen. So 13 says, so who is this wise man who knows the what? And endued with the knowledge amongst you. Let him show out of a good what? Conversation. See, he must tell you the what? The truth. Good means whole. Whole means perfect too. His works with meekness of wisdom. See, he's humble about his what? His wisdom, his teachings. Because he knows what? The way. So, what meek means that he was brought into the way. Right? So he has a humbleness about him from the times when he didn't know the what. So he made him what? Meek. Meek means that he fears who?
Yeah.
He fears Yah. So who fears Yah of wisdom? He said, let this one show it out of a good conversation, his words. 14. But if you have bitter, envying, and strife in your hearts, glory not. Like if you know the what? The way. And lie not against the what? Truth. Don't lie against it. Lie means you just in the way of it. When you lie means to actually lie down. To lie down. Flat. Horizontal. When you should be what? Straight up vertical. So when he said, that's why he uses the word people that like to lie. It's funny. L-I-E. People who like to lie. He said, don't fool with a liar. Now you get what a liar is. A person who laid down in your what? In your way. With a lie. Blocked your what? Your path. With a lie. You came to them because you was headed this way. Yah made it told you to even go through this way. Through this route. And then that person just flat out lied to you. Why can they say flat out? Because they laid what? Flat. They laid flat. Flat out lied. Just flat out laid out. Yeah, I ain't going this way. I ain't letting you pass. I ain't letting you go through here. And I'm like, I'm trying to get to Yah. And he like, not this way. Just flat out lied. But he said you can tell that mountain to what? If you got faith as a mustard seed, you can get it out of your way. You can't get that liar or that evil out of your way. That you may pass. All right. Listen. It's 15. Because this wisdom, that one is lying against the truth. See, this one's wisdom or teaching or his being a teacher descendeth not from what? Above. See, his teaching didn't come from what? Above. So he's warning you. There's some, if they got bitterness in their teaching, envy and strife against you in their teachings, glory not and lie not against the truth. Because really what he's telling you that these ain't trying to let you what? Pass. You ever seen them trolls under the bridge that said you can't pass? That's what he's talking about. That's them. Remember we were talking about how the cities love to get you shipwrecked where you can't just leave out as you came in with a rebel. What's that movie? Rebel something we seen. But the man on the bike. And the police, gave him a hard time and took his money and pushed him off the bike. And, everything. That's called being shipwrecked. So he says, now anyone who says they had the truth, but then if they doing this type of stuff to people when they pass by them, he's telling you that these people, they teachings ain't from Yah. But it's earthly, sensual, and what? Devilish. Devil. So now we have introduced the devils in this world. In your walk, you have now been introduced to devils. This is what devils do. Devils get in people. And you're always going to know if it's a devil because the actions that proceed it. He says they have bitter, they salty about you passing by, they salty about you trying to get to Yah. So they just going to flat out what? Lie to you and try to hold you back through those lies and manipulations. These are devils. Careful of them. Because as many going to say they come from Yah, but you're going to know them because if they, liberty meaning they're allowing you to what? Pass. Now, if they trying to stop you and hold you down, that's what? They lying in your way. Now, if they doing that to you, those are devils. Yah is trying to let you see them. He said, because for where envying is and strife is to try to argue with you and debate you why you trying to pass by. Like, oh, why? Interrogating, why? Why should I let you go? Why should I let you pass by? And wherever there's confusion and every evil work, who's behind it? Devils. See, because devils, instead of telling you the truth, they telling you what? That's confusion. Because they're not helping you draw near to Yah. They messing it up where you don't even know it. You confused. That breaks the relationship between you and Yah. So they not trying to gather you to Yah. They trying to what? Scatter you what? Away from Yah. He says it. But the wisdom that is from above, so he's going to tell you now the teaching that is from above, he's going to break it down. Comes in this shape, form, and fashion. Landmark. Number 2. The wisdom that is from above is first pure. Pure, meaning they don't got no evil intent what? For you. They don't have no evil intent. They just going to tell you what it is. It is what it is. They're not trying to hold you back. They're not trying to hold you down. It's pure. Peaceable. Meaning because also they're giving you what? Peace. Comes with a level of peace. Gentle. Gentle means very forgiving. So whatever sins you came to them with, they what?
Forgive.
They forgave all those sins, didn't they? And you don't even remember them anymore, do you? All the heavy baggage you came into it with, what was the number one thing they did for you? They relieved you of a lot of them what? Those burdens, didn't they? They relieved you of what? Your burdens. That's what gentle means. To relieve you of your what? Your burdens. You came to them, you had all this baggage, all this heaviness on your back when you got there, and they lifted all that off for you. Landmark number 2. And easy to be entreated. Full of what? Mercy. Full of it. Now, mercy is the opposite of captivity. So these giving you mercy so that you can draw you what? More nearer to Yah. So they were going to excuse your sins. They're going to cover all that stuff up and say, you clear. Come on through. You clear. You can draw what? Closer. They're not going to prevent you from drawing closer, but they're going to heal you. Remember, whole? They're going to make you whole so that you're able to stand before who? Yah. They're going to heal you and say, all that, whatever you had coming to this, let bygones what? It's water under the bridge. You good. Come on. This is landmark what? Number 2. Good fruits without what? Partiality. Partiality meaning, well, I want a favor for a favor, first of all. You gotta pay me this, pay me that. Partiality meaning they only looking at what you can give them. Right? They want favor for a favor. They some of these pastors in these churches, they won't do nothing for you unless you what? Right. But that's not how the landmark works. This is not how Yah's people work. Because for many people came to Yahushua, how much did he charge them? Exactly. Exactly. And without being a hypocrite. What is a hypocrite? The one who say they about liberty, but what? They really not. Woofing what? Exactly, a hypocrite. You say you about that life, but we know you not. You say you ain't about the money, but really you about the money, right? You say you about freedom, but really you ain't about that free. You are a hypocrite to this very faith. that you swear you come to serve in. Right? And the fruit of righteousness, see, because they have to bear the fruit of what? Meaning they are doing what to you? What does righteousness mean? Restore. See, making you what? Whole. Perfect. Is sown in peace of them that make this peace with you or with the elect. Okay? Now go to 1 John 3:10. Y'all know this landmark, but I still will call this landmark number 3. And we're going to start at 8. No, start at verse 7. Let's go to 1. Come on. He said, behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of what? And daughters of Yah. So that means now you are children of Yah, sons and daughters. But of course, his sons and daughters must be taught, right? By more expert ones, right? Like Yahushua was an expert of it. That's why he was the greater teacher, right? Therefore, the world know us not, because it know him not, right? Who did it not know? They did not know Yahushua, but also who they didn't know? They didn't know Yah. See, they didn't know that Yah was about this life right here that I'm going to explain to you. This is what they didn't know Yah was. That's how he was able to catch him in the first place. Because one thing that Yah is that they are not. He says, Yah says, I desire mercy and not what? Sacrifice. So therefore, Yah is always about what to his people? Mercy. They don't know Yah's about that. He says, I'm going to give my people what? No matter what you say. So, since they don't know this about Yah, they assume that they can argue about it. They assume that they can fight and make up cases and causes to still say, well, I disagree. But they don't know Yah. And because they don't know Yah, that's for the very reason why he gonna say, I don't what? Know you neither. I don't know you neither. Because you don't know me. Because if you knew me, you would have knew to have mercy on who? My children. I told you to what to my children? Have mercy on them. Bless them. I didn't ever tell you to what? Curse them, did I? I didn't tell you to hold them back, did I? I didn't tell you to lie to them, did I? And I didn't tell you to get in their way, did I? He said, so beloved, now are we the sons and daughters of Yah. And it do not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. See, we shall be many Yahushas. For we shall see him as he what? Is. So he's telling you, we're going to become, if you are a child of Yah, you're going to become just like Yah. So when you grow up and become an adult, what's the first thing you're supposed to have on Israel? Mercy. Exactly. If you have matured in this, then you know that that's what it is. You know that's what it is. But those that are immature have not reached that point. That's why he tried to tell the young ruler, now it's time for you to what? Have mercy on the what? The poor. But he couldn't do it, could he? Because he had great possessions. He's like, I can't do that. He said, but you still are what? Immature then. You haven't grown. You haven't reached the height of your strength. You haven't become a man yet. You would have known who Yah is. You're not a man of Yah yet. You're not a woman of Yah yet. See, this is, you reach from being a child to a woman of Yah, a man of Yah. And these who know Yah, just like Yah knew Abraham, didn't he? He said, shall we keep anything back from Abraham? He said, no, because Abraham cool. Because he know. And what was Abraham asking for that day when he met Yah? Mercy for who? For Lot. See? He was even like, well, you going to spare Lot if you come over there? See? So that's why Yah said, nah, yeah, Abraham, we can talk to all day long. He gets it. He gets it. He said, Abraham said, will you destroy a righteous person? And Yah says, no, by no means of the stretch. I will not destroy a what? A righteous person, a son and daughter of Yah. 3. And every man that has this hope in him purifies, meaning cleanses himself up, even as he is pure. See, that's what the pureness is. With a pure mind, a pure intent, now, a pure conscience. Because you no longer serve yourself, you no longer serve man, you no longer serve Esau, but you serve who now? See, that was that meekness. That's that pureness we was talking about. You got to be pure. You can't serve how many masters? You can't. Right? You can't serve 2 masters. So therefore he says, so whoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. What is sin now?
They sin.
Yeah.
The transgression of the law.
We're going to explain it. We'll get back to that. 5. And you know that he was manifested to take away our sins. And in him is no sin. Right? We know sin represents fear, lies and stuff like that. We're not of that sort anymore. Right? He cleanses us up from those things so we no longer participate in those things. We don't lie to each other. We don't lie to our brethren and sisters of Israel, do we? He said, don't offend what? His little ones. He didn't say that. So we don't offend his little ones with lies, deception, right? Captivity. We don't oppress his people. We don't add on to their oppression. Right? And you know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. Verse 6. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whoever sinneth have not seen him, neither know him. See, you don't know Yah. Because Yah is all about what? Mercy. And since you don't forgive them of their sins, neither will Yah what? Forgive you of your sins. Exactly. Whosoever, 7, little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is what? So if you out here doing righteousness, which is restoring, making them Israel whole, then you are the what? You are the righteous. Even as he is what? Righteous. But he that committeth sin is of the what? Of the devil. So he's a devil. For the devil sinned it from the beginning. Remember, because he was holding back who in the beginning? Adam and what? Adam and Eve. He held them back, didn't he? With a lie, didn't he? Held them back with a lie. Because they was on their way, wasn't it? And he cursed them, didn't he? He lied to them. Acting like he was there to bless them, didn't he? But he cursed them. He was deceiving. He deceived them. Now you recognize what the devil does from the beginning. That way he's trying to equate what a devil is, because the devil has always been like this from when? The beginning. What does he do to people, to sons and daughters of Yah? He lies to them and deceives them and stops them from drawing closer to who? Exactly. Stops them from drawing closer to Yah. These are those. They are called devils. Devils block obstruct your vision to see Yah and draw closer to him. They get in the way. In the way. For he that committed sin is of the devil. For the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose, though, because Yah said there's so many devils out here, that for this purpose, then Yah created what? The Son of Yah, Yahushua, was manifested now. And all the sons and daughters of Yah. What are we there to do?
Israel free.
Exactly. Set Israel free. By now doing what to them? Bringing light to their path. So that they can truly what? See. So you're supposed to be a light to their path. That's why y'all say don't let your what go out. Don't let your light go out. Because you're supposed to light the path for them to make it what? Home. Light the way. Bring light to them. For whosoever is born, for this purpose the Son of Yah were manifested, that they might destroy the works of the devil. See, the sons and daughters of Yah, they are the light. They are to bring light to Israel. Shine the light in their path so that they can see the proper way to go. As you are now the landmark. Go this way. This is way draw you closer to who? To Yah. Landmark meaning those are the teachers that are set up to draw us closer to Yah. But nevertheless, don't let your what go out. Don't let your light go out. Because then it'd be the blind leading the what? But you need light. Now, what is this great light? It's more than just the truth. This great light is mercy. The light of what? Mercy. Shine the light on them. Give them what? Mercy. 9. Whoever is born of Yah doeth not commit sin, for his seed remain in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of who? Yah. In this, the children of Yah are manifested now, meaning revealed, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not what? Righteousness is not of who? Neither he that loveth not his what? So he's telling you right then and now, if you're not restoring them, if you're not bringing light to them, if you're not having mercy on them, then you are not of who? Yeah, that's what it means. I don't know you, for I never knew you. Because if you like me, then you know you're supposed to bring what to Israel? Light and what? To Israel. Light and mercy. Reveal to them who they are. Reveal to them their path. Reveal to them their walk. Draw them closer to who? To Yah. Now, be not as Cain, for this is the message that you heard from the beginning, see? That we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was that wicked one, and slew his what? See, he slew Abel. And why did he kill him? Because his own works were what? See? His teachings were what? Evil. And his brother's teachings were what? Were righteous. Because he brought forth good fruit to Yah. Meaning he brought back home the children of what? Israel to Yah. And Cain didn't. He slew his along the way. That's why Abel was more received than Cain. He slew his children. He slew his flock. He killed all his sheep. He was not going to let not one make it to Yah. Ain't that how Esau thinks? Not one shall make it to Yah. we'll kill them all before we let that happen. All right. So 13 says, so marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. We know that we have passed from death unto life. Right? He that loveth not his brother abideth in what? Death. Whoever hated his brother is a murderer. So now you understand why Yah received Abel and not Cain. Because Abel brought back the children to Yah. And Cain killed all his flock. He slew them all. He said, I ain't going to let not one make it back to Yah. But Abel did, didn't he? This was what Abraham said, why Yah called Abraham righteous. He said, because Abraham, when he said, okay, Abraham, I'm going to give you an elect. His name will be called Isaac. Now, Abraham, after Isaac was born, Abraham delighted in Isaac. But then Yah says, now it's time, Abraham. Give me my son. And what did Abraham do? He bound him up and say, well, I got to give him to who? To Yah. And then that's when Yah says, now hold your hand. That's righteous. Because you didn't hold him back from who? Yeah, exactly. That's how Abraham got blessed. He didn't hold back an elect from who? So when Yah said, give me that elect, he what? Well, he was going to give him up. That's what Yah expects us to do. If they are an elect, we are not to block what? An elect. That was what made him righteous with Yah. Because he restored one of Yah's elect back to Yah. He brought him back. Say, here you go, Yah. Safe and sound. Those of us that go out here to preach the gospel have to understand the goal for Yah. What he said, my goal is to gather all my what? My elect. I'm going to gather them. Now, you can be a gatherer or a what? A scatterer. Which one are you? Are you helping the children get back to Yah? Or are you not? Well, how do you know? Because like I said, that's why you think he called you the light of the world. Why? Because he told you to bring light to who? He made you a light so that you can bring light to the lost sheep of who? Exactly. Because now you have to do what? Help them what? Get what? Get home. That's why you became the light. Like a street light that comes on in the middle of the dark. Then you look up and see the street light on. And then another one comes on. Then another one comes on. And it now lights up the whole path. And that elect is not able to get home. Get back to Yah. Those are landmarks. So when he calls you light of the earth, he's telling you so that you can bring light to the scattered, to those that are lost. Draw them back to Yah. Bring them back home, safe. The children of Yah. That's your duty. And he said, for you who do that, that's called righteous. That was what he's going to show the rich young ruler. When he said, come and follow me, I got some things to show you. Light means liberty. So when he makes you a light, that's all you supposed to have is mercy in you for them. He said, be angry, but what? But sin not. Now, yeah, you don't sit there and get mad at Israel. and try to curse you some Israel? Like he told Cain, be angry, but what? But sin not. Because he brought Abel, when it was the time to offer up to Yah, same thing happened. Abel brought him the best, the elect. That's what he was trying to say. He brought back home the elect. But Cain brought him back what? Jacked up stuff that wasn't even his. And he didn't accept it. Remember, he said, Cain, I reject your offering. Didn't he say him that? Because that was not what? It wasn't what he asked for. It wasn't the elect. And so he rejected Cain and said, not if I say he slew all his what? Elect. He slew him. He ain't let not one make it through back to Yah. But Abel did. That's why he received it Abel. And called Abel what? Righteous. See, when you bring back Yah's elect, that's righteous. Anybody who draws one of Yah's elect and brings them back to Yah, draws them closer to Yah, that is righteous. That is righteous. Yah will reward you. Right? And that's what made Abraham righteous. Called the father of what? Righteousness. Now you see how. You have to bring the elect what? Back home. You draw them close. Okay? Now, what makes them devils? Because devils are the very opposite. Devils don't save. Devils don't have mercy. Devils don't do nothing righteous. So when you get entangled with a devil, yeah, they finna block that path. They finna mess that up for you. Okay, go to Isaiah 31:3. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Now, the Egyptians actually is talking about Babylon, first of all, and all those that are associated with it, because these are the devils. Because they acting like ministers and acting like priests and false prophets too. Acting like they helping people see the way. Acting like they got the spirit too. But they're using false divinations. They're using fake miracles to try to pull it off. Right? So he's going to reveal some of these fake things. Because they're going to try to say they like Yah. Like, for instance, the government. The government tries to say they like Yah. We with Yah with everything we do. So they look like Yah. They try to act like they're Yah, but they ain't what? Because they ain't, one thing they're not doing, they not doing what is righteous. They ain't trying to let none of us go back to who? To Yah. How do you know? Let's read. I love this scripture right here because I know you got people who fake and you got those that are real. So he reveals it right here. He says, Isaiah 31:3. He said, now the Egyptians are men and not God. First of all, see, they try to say, the government say, we God. He said, now, you a man. You ain't what? God. You ain't God. See, that's how you got some rich people think that they what? So he has to remind them, you ain't God. And so what's making him even think he a God? The next thing, he said, and your horses and chariots are flesh and not spirit. See, they try to say they God and got the what? Spirit. You see? But he said, just because you roll out here with that tank, that ain't spirit. Because you trying to say there go the power right there. Just because you got a tank, he said that tank ain't the spirit. See, because they trying to say in the same likeness how Yah is. See, people the government tries to act like Yah, and his power is in his what? Spirit, ain't it? So the government says, well, we'll bring out our power too in the form of a what? A tank, in the form of a gun, right? And a horse, that's our power. That's our spirit, right? But he said, you ain't Yah. He said, but it's so crazy. You try you do everything like Yah, but you tell everybody that Yah don't exist. But everything you do is just like what? Yeah. How you know? Watch this here. Go to 2 Timothy 3. That's why he said, I never knew you. Because you were missing the key things that will make you Yah. He says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to their heavenly parents, unthankful from their heavenly parents, unholy, right? Ungodly, without natural affection anymore, no love, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than the lovers of who? Yah. Having a form of what? Godliness. See, they look like Yah in all activities, right? But they deny what? Having a form of godliness, but what? Deny the power thereof. You see that? You see the whole operation from the White House to the legislative branch to the what other branch they got? Judicial branch to the officers, right? All that stuff is supposed to be Yah. The officers supposed to be what? His angels, just dispersed abroad. So they got everything looks like how operations will be going on in heaven. Because then they sitting at the oval table and all of them have discussions about what we're gonna do with the Hebrew Israelites. Like if Yah was having a meeting in where? Heaven. See, they think that everything they do is in the image of Yah, but yet they deny that they even know Yah. You see that? When you need a blessing from Yah, you pray and you receive it. So when you need a government, you go to government, you write a letter, and they send you something in the what? Exactly, like Yah. That's supposed to be an answered what? Exactly. See, everything, they do everything like Yah, but yet, that's what he said, unthankful, disobedient to heavenly parents. Like, well, we don't know you, forget you. But yet, you do everything like your parents. In all shape, form, and what? Design. Now you want a bottle of water like you made water. You see, but you're not what he said, but you are not God. You what? You just a man. And all your little power, all your little weapon and all that little stuff, that ain't spirit. It's just flesh. It's not the spirit. But that's how they fool. Those are what I call those miracles that they do to try to fool the world, to make people think they of who? They of Yah, that you need to follow them. Because we just like Yah, we got the law too. Y'all got law, we got the law. That law is, they try to blend it where it looks like it's one and the same. That everything that you're getting from Yah comes through the government to you. But there is no middleman. So they are a lie, a whole lie. Right? He said, from such, turn away from them. See, because if they deny Yah, his people, turn away from them. You hear me? He's telling you what paths not to take. See, if they deny you access to Yah, turn what? Don't go down that route. They are false. They are liars. They are deceivers. He's telling you, of this sort, they which creep into your houses and lead captive. See, they only there to lead you what? Astray. Laden with sins, led away astray with divers lusts. Ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the what? Of the truth. Now, as Janus and Jambres withstood Moses, see, they withstood Yah then, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed what? No further. For their folly shall be manifested to all men, as theirs also was. You see that? Now, but he says, but 12 says, now 10, but you have fully known this truth, my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, and patience, persecution and afflictions that I went through. And out of all of them I endured, Yah delivered me out of what? All of them. Because Yah has what? Mercy. And he's a great what? Deliverer. Yeah, but he says, but yeah, and all that will live what? Godly. So, landmark, godly. Now, what is godly? Righteousness and what? And mercy. Exactly. And if you have that, then you are in your divine God self. As Yah. Because Yah will have what on his people?
Mercy.
Exactly. So that's called godly. To restore them, draw them back to Yah, and have mercy on them and teach them the truth is called godly. So he's telling you, so everyone who would live godly in Yahushua shall suffer what? Persecution, meaning now those who don't live godly are going to always try to what? Try to tear you down. They're going to always try to come after you because they know that you are there to set Yah's people what?
Free.
Exactly. And they are going to persecute you like, why are you trying to set them free? Let them be. But you're supposed to be letting them free what? Too. Because this is the commandments. Love your brother as Yah would what? Love you. Exactly. You knew you were supposed to do that. But like we said, you get your blessing, but then you say F them. That's how it works. And that's why I said now you become wicked and what? Evil, and you are what? A devil. Right? For these are instructions in righteousness. 17, that the man of Yah may be what? Perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good work. That is the good work. To draw his children back to Yah. That is a great work, right? Somebody got to be willing to labor and get their hands dirty, right? Now, go to Revelation 16:14. Mm-hmm. Now, because he says that their goal is to lead you what? Captive. That's what a devil does. A devil has no means in his heart or her heart to let you draw near to Yah. They're definitely going to draw you. Who are some of those ones who that would bait you? Remember David Koresh? Well, he was the one that was in Waco. Remember that when they had built public teaching God out of there? And he started talking about he's the man of God, but he ended up leading them people to their death. And then they burnt it down. They killed all of them and everything in that place. Right? And then you had Jim Jones. He's another one. Who's been teaching God, but led them people to their what? To their demise. You got all those people killed. Yeah. He made them drink the punch. Yeah, poison the drink and try to kill them. Yeah, see, you got those out. That's why I say beware of false prophets. Beware of these ones who say they come to do the truth, but they're not looking to set you free. They're looking to what? To just kill you. Murder you. See, all them people so-called was going to the church because they were looking for what? What makes you go to church? To draw closer to who? Exactly. So when you go to a church, that's what you come in to do. Now, they supposed to help you along what? The way. But do they? And you get shipwrecked right there, don't you? Exactly. So because of this captivity and this misleading, then Yah has to get them back. Watch this here. 14. He says, for they are spirits of devils. Letting you know. Working what? Miracles. So the devil has what? Miracles too. But I just showed you what the miracles are. All the little fake operations of like tanks and guns and bombs and missiles. That is how they put fear in you to make you think that they of Yah and that you got to follow them. But they're liars. It's not the spirit. They are not of Yah, right? They are not of Yah. They ain't got the spirit. They are not of Yah. They're lying to you. They're faking you to try to draw you to them. Then they're going to lead you what? Astray. But Yah says, these same by their own miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world, to gather them what? Now Yah going to get them too. See? He going to now put what he called spirits of devils on the devils. To gather them, right, with working miracles to fool them too. Remember I told you he got to bait them by some way? So he going to bait them too. And then we're going to lead them right what? To Yah. He said to gather them now to the battle of that great day of what? Yah Almighty. Yeah, he gathered them too. Okay, you wanna scatter my people? I got you. I'm gonna get you too. Matthew 25. So because you are that light, he said, I want you to be the light to the Gentiles or to the lost sheep of what? Israel. So when you become a light, that means you're supposed to light their path. The goal is for you to bring light to them, that they may be able to see, oh man, bring into the light who they really are, past, present, and what? Future. Letting them know where they're headed and how to make it home. And help them there. You're not to hold them back from the truth. You're supposed to reveal all good things unto them. Everything that was invested into you, you have to what? Pour it what? Into them. That they may know the truth too. Yeah, I did not build you up to let you just stay quiet and shut up. Keep it to yourself. I'm gonna make it. I don't know about them though. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. The goal for you is to bring back Israel with you. That's the goal. You have to bring back Israel what? With you. How else can a shepherd lead the flock? You got to have a flock, don't you? What shepherd don't have a what? That he must what? Lead. Trust me, you'll see it. Now the goal was that you're supposed to lead them. See, these ones about the virgins whose lamps went out. See, because they didn't keep their lamps lit. And what did they lose? The light is actually mercy. That's the light. Because you're supposed to have mercy on Israel and righteousness on them. So when your light goes out, you stop having what? And remember, I told you, if you cause any one of them to offend any one of them, he said, better for you to what? Tie a millstone around your neck, because guess what? When you deny them their head, then he what? He gonna deny you your head. So that means your light what? Goes out. And when your light goes out, guess what? You become what? Blinded. And now you don't know where you are going what? Anymore. But he already just showed you when I just read in Revelation where he's taking you to at that point. Once you blinded, where you going? You going to the battlefield and don't even know it. You finna have to go now fight against. Yeah. Right? Watch this here. 29. Matthew 25:29. He says, "For unto everyone that have shall be given." See, the truth, who has the truth and gives the truth, shall be given more. And those who have mercy and give mercy also shall be given what? Mercy. Understand? And he shall have abundance of it. But from him that have not mercy shall be taken away even that which he has. See, that's what he's saying. You're gonna lose your what? Your head. And he says, so therefore, and cast the unprofitable servant. See, well, why was he unprofitable? He didn't gather the elect. And matter of fact, he lost the elect. And matter of fact, even more so, he slew the what? An elect. Well, at least he thought he did. But in his actions, he spiritually slayed them by not telling them the what. So in return, Yah blinded him. And said, okay, now you ain't finna make it back. Right? And he said, so cast that unprofitable servant into outer darkness. See? Throw him into the darkness now. Here, that's that same milestone tossed into the what? To the ocean, remember? See, that's that same darkness. Throw him back to the... Yeah, but when you throw something back to the water, at the bottom of the water is what? It's pitch black. You don't know what's down there anymore. Yeah. So he throws you away, meaning because you was in the light. You understood where you was going. You knew where you was going. And the door was wide open for you. But when you sinned against Yah's elect, he cut off the lights. So you ain't going to never what? See the day of what? Light again. You ain't going to make it. All right? And there shall be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. I understand. I probably know what that means. Weeping and gnashing of the teeth. That is called to be crushed. To be crushed. You hear me? Write it down. Weeping and gnashing of the teeth means to be what? Crushed. What's going to crush him? The elect. The law. He's going to be crushed by the law. What is the law? The law of what? Liberty, mercy, and righteousness.
You said weeping and gnashing of the teeth is
to be crushed. He's going to be crushed. Crushed by the law of liberty and mercy and righteousness. Because that's what he should have gave, and instead he didn't give it. So then he will be what? Crushed. And when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all his holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Oh, now what are goats? Separate the sheep from the goat. Now the sheep are the elect. These are the ones who knew the word, knew the truth, and they did it. They rescued the elect. Now the goats was eating off the what? The elect. They never set none free because it was just self-pleasure they kept them for. Right? And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them that is on his right hand, which is the sheep, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. See, they made it. He said, for I was hungry, you gave me meat. See, remember? I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. See? Because he told you the little child was who? Yahushua. That's what he's saying. I was in that little child when you denied them the truth. When you taught them right, you was teaching who? Me. When you was feeding them, you was building up who? Me. In them. You was building them up. But if you neglected them, then it was still me. But now you gotta pay. Because they still gonna grow. It's just that you lost your portion because you was a teacher that's supposed to have been what? Helping them and guiding them, right? All right. He said, 40, that's how you know. And the king shall answer and said to him, verily I said to you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of these little ones, least of mine, of these my brethren, you have done it unto me. Then shall he say unto them on the left, though, depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devils and his what? Angels. See, that's where the devils go. So you don't want to be a devil. Right? He says, because when he said to make yourself a devil, he said, for I was hungry and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty and you gave me no drink. I was inquiring to you and you what? Lied straight to my face. I was a stranger, you took me not in. Naked, you clothed me not. Sick and in imprisonment and captivity, and you visit me not. You ain't even tell me no comforting words that could have made me understand who I what really was. And you knew. Like these people today who know who you really are, but refuse to tell you, who look you in your face, cross their legs, and know you the child of children of Israel, but refuse to tell you that. And keep trying to play you every single day. Like they don't know who you are. These are devils. Who know. Not those that don't know. See, that's the difference between a devil. A devil knows who you are. That's what he said. You knew. You knew. But you what? You wouldn't tell me what? And kept me what? Get back to work. When you knew. When you what? When you knew. That's the key to understanding what a devil is. Because the devil knows who the children of Israel are. They know the elect. They just ain't gonna what? And they ain't gonna tell them. But they gonna keep lying to them. That's what a devil does. And not just lying. They trying to do what? Kill you, murder you, secretly. It's to secretly murder you. So therefore, 46, and these shall go into everlasting punishment, but the righteous, see? But if you tell them the truth about who they are, then you are considered what?
Righteous.
Exactly. And you could enter into what?
The kingdom of heaven.
Exactly. Because the door is always open to a person like you. Righteous people, the door never closes for righteous people. The righteous, a door, an entrance into the kingdom of heaven is open to the righteous. All right? Go to Matthew 13. And let's see. Start at 37. Matthew 13 and 37. It says, and he answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seeds are the children of the what? The kingdom. Right? These are those that these are elect. But the tares are the children of the what? The wicked ones. So they planted them next to you. See, those are the devils. You got, that's why they always say you have the angel on one side and what? The devil on the other. But it's about who you're going to what? Choose and listen to. So you're going to have an elect, you're going to have the proper teacher will be in the vicinity, but you trust me, you're going to have a bunch of liars in the vicinity what? Too. Now, if y'all got you, trust me, you're going to choose right. You're going to choose who you're going to let be your what? Your teacher. You're going to be very careful. Because if you choose right, you good. But if you choose wrong, right? Shipwrecked. That's all I can tell you. Right? These are children of the wicked one. Meaning wicked mean they already cursed to be burnt anyway. So that's why they're wicked, like a candle wick. What a wick's made for? To what? To burn. That's all they made to do, is to burn. So these children are already going to burn anyway. But their goal is to try to catch what? The elect along the path, right? And 39 says, so the enemy that sowed them is what? The devil. The harvest is the end of the world when everything, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. He's telling you, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. See, that's who he's going to gather, right? He said, I'm going to gather out of my kingdom, or out of my people, amongst my people. I'm going to gather those tares, those ones that offend. Remember, those that cause them Israel to what? To fall, right? I'm going to gather out all those bad devils out of the midst of them, bad teachers, right? And shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of the teeth there too, you see? Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun. See, that light going to be made known, right? To the kingdom. Who has an ear, let him what? Let him hear. Exactly. He said he's going to gather out all those bad teachers. How are you going to gather them, though? Go to Mark 13. Start at 5. He says, take heed lest any man deceive you. 6. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am what? Yahushua, and they shall deceive what? Many. See, he's telling you what's going to go down. Watch this here. 12. Skip down. Now the brothers shall betray the brothers what? To death, and father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to what? To death. They telling these are those that are killing each other, trying to keep them back from Yah. Okay? "21, skip down. And then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Yahushua, or lo, there he is, believe him what? Not. For false Yahushas and false prophets shall arise and shall show signs and wonders and miracles. To what? Seduce you. If it were possible, even what? The elect. But we understand what the miracle is. Because remember, I revealed to you in Isaiah 31 and 3 when it says this. You are not God, you are what? Men. And all your little technology is not spirit, it's what? It's flesh. Right? Because they're going to try to, through those miracles, right? Through that, meaning their science and technology, they're going to try to call those what? Miracles. And by those miracles, you're going to think that's of Yah. So if they heal somebody from cancer through a miracle, through one of their technologies and science, you're going to say, oh, that was of who? Of Yah. If I give them a robot leg, you're going to say, oh, he didn't have a leg. That's of who? That's a miracle. Y'all really with them people. He's telling you that technology, that science and stuff, do not be deceived. These people are not of Yah, and that it is not of the Spirit. Because they're going to use those miracles to try to what? Bait you in. He's telling you. He said, even the elect, but the elect don't already know not to follow it. Because we said that's not spirit. Yah and spirit has a different power to it. And what is the power? What is the power of the spirit? Tell you what the power of the spirit does. Power of the spirit does what? Remember, say wherever the spirit is, it's what? See, so it's mercy there. You're going to know them by their fruit. Because if their power comes with what? Mercy. Whatever miracle they do, if the end result ain't mercy, then they're lying. That's what he's telling you. You can do all this, wonders and pop off and pop fireworks and all that stuff. But if you ain't trying to give me my freedom, then you are a liar. I don't want to hear all you little balloon poppings and, all that other stuff. What is all that for? Confetti in there. But you still want to keep me what? A slave. You are a liar. You are a devil. Because that means nothing without the liberty that comes behind it. So all the woo and technology and science don't fall for it. That he said that is not spirit. Because the spirit is about doing what? Spirit is what? Liberty. Didn't he say that? So the spirit is about what? Freedom. The spirit is about what? Mercy. So if they say they in the spirit, say come to my church, but then they had you in their church for 50-some years, that is not the spirit. He's telling you got deceived. After your 50 years, you're going to be, oh man, I've been there way too long. And I ain't know, yeah, got them. That's what you can say. They've been deceived. They was never bringing you to who? To ya. They never let you draw no closer. You got shipwrecked. He said, but so behold, take heed, but I tell you these things ahead of time. But this how it is. But in the days after that tribulation, so that's what tribulation means. The key word is tribute. Tribute means some of us going to be given to these people, some of us going to be given to that person. Tribulation, right? Like dedication. You ever seen on the radio, I dedicate this song to such and such? See, when you're being dedicated, it means I give this to what? Somebody. That's what tribulation means. You giving to these people to work for them. You're not giving to them people to be set what? Free. Exactly. So that's what tribulation means. He said, but the sun, after tribulation, the sun shall be darkened and the moon shall not give her light and the stars of heaven shall fall and the powers that are in heaven shall be what? Shaken. So you see all these lights going out? The sun, the moon, what? The stars. You see all them lights going out? Because he's telling you that they have been what? Blinded themselves. So only light gonna be in the room is who? Yahusha and who? And if you in the spirit, who? You. You're gonna be the only light in the room. And when you shall see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with great power and glory. See, that's what he comes with, spirit, right? And glory. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds. See, he going now you see this power's about what? Setting them people what? Exactly. From the uttermost part of earth to the uttermost part of heaven. You see, he's setting his people what? Free. He went and gathered the elect to who? To Yah. That's the difference. That's spirit. That power is spirit. Because the spirit knew where it was going in the first place. It never forgot where it was what? Going. So anything that stopped going that direction is what? It's false. Okay. Go to Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59. Watch this here. So this is Yah talking. He said, so behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save. See his hand, see people tell he can't do nothing, I can't save us from this. He said, Yah said, man, my hand is not shortened, that I cannot save. I can't reach down and get you. You see that? Right? He said, my hand ain't like this, that I can't get you. No, my hand out there, I can get you. If I want to get you, listen, that it cannot save. Neither is my ear heavy, that it cannot what? Hear you. What are you talking about? Hearing your what? Your cries and what? Prayers. But your iniquities, see, your unrighteousness, see, have separated between you and your Yah. And your sins have hid his face from you that I will not hear you. So not only this, I've hid my face from you, and I have hid my what? My ear what? From you. So in your time of need, he said he's going to turn his what? He's going to turn his back on you. He's telling you right there. When you need him the most, because you didn't have mercy on Israel, when you begin to cry to be saved, not that his hand, that's when his hand goes, Ain't nothing. I ain't doing nothing with that. He ain't gonna reach down and he ain't gonna deliver you. He not gonna deliver you. That's what he's telling you. If you don't, he said, if you don't have mercy, you ain't gonna what? This is where that comes from. If you don't give mercy, you ain't gonna what? Exactly. That's what he's saying. He said, it ain't that I can't save you. But if you didn't walk throughout this course of life and you did not have no mercy on Israel, then I will not what? Have mercy on you. Say, I will turn my face from you. That's blindness. And then I will cut my what? My ears off from hearing your prayers. When you cry, please, Lord, save me from this. I'm say, but yeah, you had an opportunity when you could have had saved. But what did you do? Right? That's what he's saying to you. Watch this here. Because the goal, those now go to go back one chapter, 58. Six. No. 3. 2. 1. It says, so cry loud, spare not. Lift up the voice like a trumpet and show my people their what? Transgression. Share what he's telling you. Show them what they're going wrong at. This if you supposed to be of the light of the earth. And the house of Jacob, show them their sins. Show them where they're messing up at. Yet you seek me daily and delight to know my ways as a nation that did righteousness, like you really come to do something righteous, right? So you want to know. And forsook not the ordinance of the Yah. They ask of me the ordinances of justice that they take delight in approaching to Yah, asking me, what can we do? And so I tell them, have mercy on Israel. And then they go quickly and what? Forget. Right? They get big-headed. He says, so yet, wherefore have we fasted? So now we're going back to that fasting, right? Because he said you got to fast and what? Pray. See, now you understand when you fast, meaning when you out here really having mercy on Israel, when you pray, all your prayers going to be what? Answered and heard. See, he said the prayers of the righteous, what? Avail it much. See, righteous people, because you out here doing righteous, Yah is always open to you, and his face is always what? Beholding and watching over you in all your steps. Believe it. He said, so wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and you didn't take no knowledge? Behold, in the days of your fast, when you supposed to have been fasting, and you supposed to have been having mercy on Israel, you found pleasure, and you began to exact all your brutish labors on Israel. Behold, you fast for strife and debate and arguing with them, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. You shall not fast as you do this day to make your voice to be heard on high, like you the pastor. But this is what you're doing to all your people. Like I said, killing your own flock, right? Murdering them. Is it such a fast that I have chosen? Is this all he's finna break it down? Is this what righteousness is? He finna break it. So when he say fast, he mean righteousness. Is this what really righteousness is? Is it for, he said, is it for a day for a man to afflict his own soul, to tear himself down? Is it to him to bow down his head as a bull rush minute? You know how a bull bow down their head before they get ready to but it's to bow down, period. Is it that I made him to just bow down to you? Is this and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Will you call this a fast? And do you call this an acceptable day of Yah? See, I mean, is this really my mercy? Is this really my righteousness? If you got people looking like that, right? It's not this 6. It's not this the fast that I have truly chosen, though. What he says, to loose the bands of wickedness. See? To what? Set them what? Free. He said, listen. To undo the heavy what? Burden. See? You supposed to lighten they what? They loads. and to let the oppressed go what? Free. And that you break every yoke. That's what righteousness and mercy is. Is it not, 70 said, is it not to deal your bread to the hungry? So they're going to poor, remember? Shouldn't you not feed them with your bread? What is your bread at this point? Your teachings. Exactly. And that you bring the poor that are cast out to your house. See? Your house, your school. Teach them. When thou seest them naked, that you covered them. When you seen them look like they about to get towed down, I got them. Come on, you protected them. Cover me, what? Protected them. Because they was about to be swallowed up in what? Sin. And the key thing is this. And that you did not hide, you hid not yourself from your own flesh. See, remember I said he killed your own flock? He said you didn't hide your face from your flock. See, you didn't hide your face and said, I ain't going to tell them about it. I ain't going to tell them. I see them over there struggling. I ain't going to what? Hide face meaning not to have what? Mercy. See, he didn't hide his face. He said you ain't supposed to what? Hide your what? Your face. Meaning I ain't going to, because your face is supposed to be the light. So when they time of need, when they looking for somebody to save them, you not supposed to hide your what? Face, saying, I ain't going to do nothing. But they need to see that one face that's going to come out there and say, let them go. See that one face, they need to what? Like the adulterous woman, remember? All them people about to slay her out there, but they about to stone her. And it was only one face came out of the crowd and say, ye without sin, cast the first what? Cast the first stone. And do you think how beautiful that face was she saw? In the midst of that crowd, that only one face that, got her out of that. That got her out of that. That had what on her?
Mercy.
Exactly. That's what it means when he said, don't hide your face. When somebody, you see Israel falling, you don't hide, like the Good Samaritan. When he got beat up in the streets, right? He said the priest walked on the other side of the street. As he hit his what?
Face.
Yeah, I ain't finna help him. I see it, but I don't see it. That's the thing, because they need somebody to what? Come to their what? Aid and rescue. Don't hide your face in the time of a rescue. Don't say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Nah, that's something. Because he said, okay, you want to hide your face? Remember he just read to you? Then he will do what in your time of need?
Hide his face.
Exactly. He will hide his light. They would say your light will what? Go out. He will hide his face from you. And when he hide his face from you, that means come on you what may. And he not going to what? He's not going to intervene. See, the power of Yah, the spirit of Yah has an intervention mode that kicks in when it look like you about to drown. Remember when Peter was drowning? Yahushua didn't hide his face and let him drown, did he? He wouldn't. That's what he mean. When those moles, when it look like all is lost and it's it, Yah's face will be what? Shown. At those moments. He won't hide his face from you. He get them up out for you. He'll get them what? You seen a bunch of hyenas attack a lion? And that lion look like he might be out of there. Right? He be holding that ground, but if it's a bunch of them, sometimes it may become what? A little overwhelming. So don't you think that lion be thinking it's about done until he look up and he'll roar from what? Another lion. Right? Got his back, right? And he other lion come over there, running over there, then all the hyenas, they gonna what? They're gonna run off. See how beautiful, that's why I say beautiful are the feet of those who come to preach the gospel. That means those that come to save me in my time of what? Need. I would say beautiful are the feet, right? Because you, basically what you're saying, nah, nigga, you couldn't get here what? Fast enough, right? Why wait till they say beautiful are the feet? Because how fast he made it there. That's what you're going to think, man. You couldn't get in no faster. Boy, you came right on what? Right on time. Beautiful on those feet. Boy, I'm glad you ain't catch a sprained ankle or something. So you... Well, you was right on the money. I needed that. That's what it means, beautiful on the feet. When y'all hear that term, that's what that means. The rescue came right on what? Right on time. Beautiful on the feet. Dang, thank you. I needed you. I don't know where you been. I don't know where you was hiding at, but thank you when you came, when you what? Came. I needed that. Right? Now watch this here. Now, Romans 7. Almost done. So know you not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law. Romans 7:1. How that the law have dominion over a man as long as he lives. Now I got to teach y'all some real good stuff right here. This is it. According to righteousness, in your journey, because the rich young ruler wanted to know what he needed to do to fulfill, right? What he needed to do, right? Well, I tell you now. Let's go there. You know what? Yeah, we'll skip this one. Let me go there. Matthew 3:13-17.
Matthew 3.
13-17. So that you will understand in this walk. I need y'all to get it. You're not done. Now you know some of the things to watch out for. But now I need you to know what things you need to walk into. Looking for these certain landmarks. Come back to the landmarks, okay? "13 says, Then come Yahushua from Galilee to Jordan." Right? Yahushua come and listen. "And he came to John the Baptist." Yahushua came to John the Baptist. Met face to face. And when John the Baptist seen him, of course, he probably starstruck, wow, this is the great Yahushua. Right? But it was crazy because Yahushua came to John the Baptist for him to do him a service. He said, "John the Baptist, I want you to baptize me." Now, John the Baptist looking like, baptize you? Bro, you need to be baptizing what? Me. And John 14 says, and John forbade him, like saying, "I have no need to baptize of you. And you come, he said, I have need to be baptized of you, right? And you coming to me? Question mark. You come to me with some lesser than you? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, a very significant thing that you got to understand in your walk of life. Suffer it to be so now, he told John the Baptist. Yahushua told him, suffer it to be so now. For thus, listen very carefully, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all what? Righteousness. Then he baptized him. Now, I need you to catch it. Listen. Yahushua says, suffer it now to be so, for thus it becometh us. He pointed at himself. Why did he let John the Baptist baptize him? Well, it's because John the Baptist had a teaching. He had a teaching too. He had the teaching of baptism, didn't he? His teaching was of baptism. Baptism concerning what? Righteousness. So Yahushua said, he gives you a great truth and understanding. Suffer means to go under it. Suffer it, meaning go under it. So he went under the teachings of who? John the Baptist, and said, no, I need you to baptize me because this is your what? Teaching. But nevertheless, your teaching is still tied to what? Righteousness. So he's basically saying for all of us who are righteous, we always have to what? Subject ourselves unto what? Anyone teaching what? Exactly. Whatever that teaching is, if it's connected to righteousness, we have to what? Submit to it. So Yahushua said it. He had to submit to John the Baptist teaching of baptism because baptism led also to what? Righteousness. And he says, I must be up under this too. This is, yeah. So he's saying we have to fulfill all what? So if there's any righteous teachings out there, after we learn one teaching, y'all gonna what? He's gonna move you to the next what? Exactly. To the next teaching of righteousness. So that you can continue to what? Excel. Because he said it. It become us. It's becoming of us. Meaning this is part of our perfection. It's part of us becoming whole. Is that we must subject ourselves, just like you got first grade through 12th. See, these are grade levels. He's saying that he had to learn John the Baptist teaching too. Because it's part of righteousness. So Yahushua was under that too. And he said, because we said, we must fulfill all what? Anything that's connected to right. If any one of the people got a righteous teaching, basically, if anyone has a righteous teaching, we have to what? Honor it. Right, honor it. That's what he's saying. We have to honor it. We cannot bypass it. Like I'm telling you, landmarks. These are ensigns. These are signs in the road. Now you can't bypass that one. See, he's telling you that you can bypass devils because they teaching leads to what? Dead ends, don't it? But John the Baptist teaching got you closer to who? To Yah. So any teaching that draws you closer to Yah, you have to take that course. You have to take that course. That's what he said right here. You have to take that course if it leads you closer to what? Exactly. So that means anyone who has a teaching that leads you closer to Yah, you have to what? Take that course. Because that's part of your... If you was on the train and they put you all the way on the last cart and Yah is all the way at the front cart, the motor, but every cart in between is a teacher, you had to go through each one of them to get to what?
To Yah.
To Yah. Exactly. So when he seen John the Baptist, he didn't just step over it all together and say, well, I'm here now, so when you're teaching, go sit in the corner somewhere. Did he do away with it? Huh? Did Yahushua do away with baptism?
No.
He did not. So if anybody tell you he did, they're lying. Even he got what? Baptized. So I would tell you that baptism teaching is definitely a teaching that if you ain't never been baptized according to righteousness, it is something you need to what? To do. Because it will draw you closer to what? To Yah. He even admitted it. Because that's why John the Baptist like, why do you even got to take my course? Right? That's what he was like, what you Yahushua, I'm just John the Baptist. All I got is a teaching of that a person need to be baptized and born again. He said, yes, I definitely need that teaching. Exactly. Exactly. I need that teaching. To suffer it. Teach me. John the Baptist like, but you Yahushua, right? But he like, nah, I know. But you got a teaching that your teaching ain't corrupt. It's not a bad teaching. So, question: can we do away with good teachings? No. So that means we must fulfill all good teaching. That's why he's telling you. He said, "Now one jot or tittle of the law shall pass until all be what fulfilled." Exactly what it means. Some of these courses you have to take. Ain't no getting away from it. But they come in their seasons, don't they? And at their appointed time. So now let's go back to now we can understand what Romans 7 is talking about when we go there now. Listen, now you know, brethren, I speak to them that know the law. How does the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth? What is he saying? That the law has dominion over you as long as that law lives. Huh? We just read it when we heard John the Baptist. John the Baptist was that law. He said that law has dominion over you if it what? If that law what? It's righteous. That's what it means. If it lives. If it's drawing you closer to what? To Yah, it has dominion what? Over you. Any law that has a teaching that'll draw you closer to Yah, right? We gotta keep those. You can't just throw them out, baby and the bathwater. No, you have to. Thou shalt not steal. Do we throw it out or do we keep it? We keep it because it draws you what? Closer to Yah. Exactly. Any teaching that draws you closer to Yah, you keep and you must honor. That's why he said Christ didn't come to do away with the law, but to what? Fulfill it. See, he comes to make sure that, okay, to what? To excel it. He said, I know y'all said that eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Remember, but he said, but I say to even more do so, right? To even more so, right? I know y'all got these, but he said, but now that I do away with the laws, he said, I just gonna sum them up in these two commandments. Didn't he say that? And he said, if you do these two commandments, then you will fulfill all the what? The law. Love Yah with all your mind, heart, body, and soul. And love your neighbor as Yah loves you, right? The same thing. Meaning have mercy on them too. Just like Yah has mercy what? On you. And he said, and that fulfills what? The law. He made it quite simple actually for you to be able to fulfill it. And he said, so as long as that law lives, that draws you closer to Yah, you cannot what? What? Do away with it. 2. Listen in. For the woman which hath a husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he what? He lives. See? Because the husband is the what? The teacher. So as long as he's drawing you closer to who?
Yeah.
You cannot what? You can't do away. So that means you can't what? According to marriage, you can't what? You can't divorce it. Because it is drawing you closer to Yah. But he said, as long as it lives. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So when his teachings don't lead you no longer to Yah or draw you no closer to Yah, then that teaching is what? Dead. And you are loosed from that law of that husband or that teacher. Because John the Baptist got his what cut off? So they knew at that point he can't lead us no more, so we have to go to the next husband, which is who? Yahushua. He's no longer here to lead us. He dead. We got to move on. Because it was still about what? Moving on. Excelling. Still was about growth. Right? Because they needed to go fulfill all what? Righteousness. So now you go back to the young ruler when he tried to tell him, come now, sell all you have and come and what? Follow me. The new teacher, see, he didn't understand what that meant. He didn't get it. Because now you say you need some more teaching. You got it so far, but hey, this is the next what? Level. Because remember, the goal is to draw as close to Yah as what? Possible. But it comes through these landmarks or these teachers along your path. But he said, but any husband though, that leads you to death, then death till death what? Do you what? Part. Exactly. Now your teacher's leading me. Oh, I thought we was going to heaven. You trying to lead me to what? To hell. I can't follow you what? No more, you devil. Exactly. I can't know, because when you trying to take me to, like Balaam's donkey, right? Balaam was the teacher. The donkey was what? The student. And then when he trying to lead the donkey's like, I ain't going no more because you trying to lead me to what? To death. When they see the angel with the big sword, they're like, what are you trying to take me to? To death do us what? I can't go with you anymore because now your teachings are not leading me to Yah, but it's scattering me, running me away from who? Yeah, I can't follow that. Anybody who teaches is running you away from Yah, who miracles and works run you from Yah to go serve after them, you serving devils. Watch. That's why I said, because a righteous man is not under the what? Right. Watch this here. I'm going to show you what they mean is running you from the law. Go down 12. Go down. No, start at 10.
So Romans 6, instead of Romans 10?
We're still in Romans 7, go down to 10. He says, and the commandment which was ordained to life, see, this teacher supposed to have been ordained to what? To teach me what? Things of life, leading to more life. Supposed to have been teachers that would guide me, draw me closer to Yah. So you was ordained, meaning a minister, a teacher, a preacher. You was ordained to teach me. They always say fruit in due season, right? Ordained fruit in its season. But I found it to be unto what? Death. But I found it to be unto what? Death. So that means you wasn't leading me to life. You was leading me into my what? Death and demise. 11. For sin now, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me. And by it, murdered me. You murdered me. Wherefore the law is holy and the commandment is holy, just and good. So the law was meant to what? Bring you to what? Life, not what? Death. He says, was then that which is good made death unto me? Yah forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, meaning so that you might know who the devil is. Look. Sin, that it might appear to be sin, worked it death in me by that which is good, the law. So the law was created to make sin what? Appear. To show who the devils were. Because people will use what now? Laws. So now I will know who a devil is. How do you know? He says, that sin by the commandment and law might become exceedingly sinful. Exceedingly sinful is to say, now it was sin, got me already cast out, but exceedingly sinful means that now you drawing me even further what? Away from Yah. Exceedingly sinful. That's what he said. From one sin, adding sin unto what? Sin. You messing me up in my walk. You're not drawing me to Yah. Now you're using these laws and these miracles and stuff to draw me even what? Further away from Yah. See all the science, the technology is to draw us what? further away from Yah. Not to draw us to Yah, because ain't none of them, after they do show you a shine, a miracle, a work of wonder, telling you now, you see, we did all this in the name of who? Is any one of them saying that? Is Elon Musk saying that? Everything he built is Bill Gates saying that. Every time they build something, they miracles, who gets the credit? So they're not telling you that we did this in the name of Yah. Go serve Yah. They telling you we did it, but you can thank me later. Right? And they drawing you up further. So that's what he said. So the law I thought was ordained to give me life, or the husband I thought was ordained to give me life, is now brought death unto me. And now this one sin is now through the law that they're using is now appearing to be even more exceedingly what? Sinful. Meaning to draw me even further what? Oh, from Yah. I see now y'all are using laws. They're telling me every day I wake up, you're telling me a new law. But none of your laws you're creating are driving me to Yah, but what? More away from Yah. Now the laws about gay, intersex restrooms, and stuff like all your laws and rules, ain't none of them laws bringing us to Yah. That's when he said, now you know, stop what? Turn away from them. Stop what? Following them. Because they're not leading you to Yah. He said law was created to expose devils. Laws were meant to what?
Expose them.
Because those who use laws don't use spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And laws don't bring you to Yah. It's supposed to, but now they starting to make laws that what? Turn you to Yah or what? Away. Okay. So now you expose whoever loves to use them. Those are what?
Devils.
Devils. Exactly. It's being revealed through laws who devils are. Because devils love law. That's what Creflo said. He said, I noticed that the devil likes laws. Because that's his power. The power to deceive. Because I would say Yah is with the law. But Yah says, no, I'm just with spirit. I don't need a law. He said a righteous man doesn't live under what? The law. Don't need it because he's led by what?
The spirit.
Exactly. The spirit is his power, not a law. He don't need a law to have power. He wants his power to be through what? The spirit. Not a law. Not an officer. Not an army man. That is not the spirit. Remember y'all say, you not a God. You are just a man. And that outfit you got on is not spirit, right? It's just camouflage. It is not the spirit. You are not sent by Yah to be ruling over me. Devil is a liar. I know the devil is a liar. That's what he's saying. That's what he was saying right there. All right. So with that, I got so much more, but I think that's going to be nice for you guys. But that's why Yahushua said, I am the truth, the light, and the what? The way. Truth, light, and what?
The way.
See? That's what he's telling you. Because in this journey, in your road to Yah, keep these key points. Understand what a devil is. A devil is not there to bring life unto you, right? He's definitely there to set you up for failure. Nah, that's what he means when he said he was going to lead captivity what? So he's going to, basically, captivity means to what? Mislead. So now, what is he going to do? Replace the word captivity with mislead. But now what is he saying? Our what?
Kill.
Those who mislead will be what? Misled. Those who mislead will be what? Misled. So don't follow them. Because remember, they trying to bind you down and get you to follow them. And they going where? But guess who's finna get on them? Remember I just told you, he said, but the devil gonna come and what? Grip them too. And say, nah, but now you come follow me. And he said, where he gonna lead them to? The battle of Yah. Lead them right there, right on the battlefield. And they don't even see it coming. To be what? Gathered and what? Destroyed. So we don't follow. Because captivity will be led captive. Meaning those who love to mislead will be what? Misled. Exactly. Number 2. If it's righteous, if it's a righteous teaching, we must what? Keep it and honor it. I don't care who mouth it come out of. Like Yahushua said, that's who we are. We don't throw away nothing that is righteous. So, but what about baptism? Are we doing it? Yes, we are. Because we know that it is of a righteous thing. Anything righteous we ought to uphold, okay? We uphold anything we know is righteous. If you got a righteous teaching and you say thou shalt not kill because it's righteous not to kill, okay, we what? We ain't killing because it's what? It's righteous. You say thou don't lie because it's righteous, we gonna say, okay, we agree. We don't lie because it's a righteous thing to do. So any teaching out there that is righteous, those are landmarks. Those people we can what? We can follow, can't we? We can follow them because we know they're leading us to where? Righteous. Anything that draws you closer to who? Yeah. In your walk, in your journey, the goal is to get to Yah. So you only can link up with people that are drawing what? You closer to Yah. Closer, that's drawing you closer to Yah. And if you see them going any other direction, you better what? Abandon what? Ship. Abandon ship. Shipwreck. Mm-hmm. That's what he's telling me. Because in this journey, the goal is to get you to who? To Yah. Yeah. Now, good shepherds are those that lead you to who? Yeah. To Yah. They will say, yeah, you can follow us because guess where we're going? We're going to go see Yah. See, these are all the ones who jumped on Noah's Ark. See that? All animals got into, but we're going with Noah. What Noah going? Yeah, we're going to go see Yah. Come on. Anybody that want to come on. And see how the animals got on. So we're riding with Noah. Right? But those who didn't get on, right? And Noah was saved, wasn't he? So that's what he means. And if you hide your mercy and your face from your people, what Yah gonna do to you? Right. And that's what that means. You will lose Yah, your head, and you will lose mercy from Yah. He's not going to protect you when it's your day. The day of judgment is going to follow all of us. Now, Yah, if you out here have a mercy and righteousness for Yah's elect and people, Yah will always grant it to you. Right? That door is wide open for you. Why? Because Yah wants you to bring in some elect with you. That's why. So the door is open. You will be bringing more people with you. Right? That's the goal. You ain't supposed to come in there by yourself. It was never no such thing. Some people teach, no, it's not like that. Trust me, the elect come together. They are gathered. What he said? Together. Didn't he say that? That's that great congregation. They going to come together. We all marching in there. We ain't going to go in there one and then another 40, 50 years, maybe one more slide in there. No, we all gonna come marching in there. Because we all gonna be grouped up, linked up together. So that's the goal. That's the flock. That's the body of Israel. That's they coming home. That's the homecoming. All of us headed to Mount Zion. Right? That's exactly what Yah was telling me. But he always said this, keep your light what? Lit. Don't let it what? Because if it goes out, what does that mean for you? You blinded. And that means what? You ain't, if you blinded, you blinded from what? The way. That's what it means. You're blinded from the way. So that means the way where? To Yah. To Yah, exactly. So when you're blinded, you'll never make it out of Sodom and Gomorrah. He say he blinded all of them, so none of them can be what? Make it out the city, right? None of them made it, did they? But only Lot, remember? Lot made it. The rest of them were blinded unto death, wasn't it? And then when he began to rain hailstorms on them, he didn't have no mercy on them, did he? And you know some of them cried and prayed. But that's how David says in Psalms 18. Watch this here, last verse. "25 says, with mercy thou wilt show thyself merciful. With the upright thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure you will show yourself to be pure. And with the froward you will show yourself to be froward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people and will bring down high looks. For you will light my candle. And Lord my Yah will enlighten my darkness, see that I'm able to see. For by thee then did I have I run through a troop. And by you, Yah, have I leaped over a wall." See, these are all those captivities. You're able now to what? Get past them. "As for Yah, his way is what? Perfect, merciful. The word of Yah is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is Yah, save the Lord, and who is the rock, save our Yah." Right? "He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Thou hast given me the shield of thy salvation, and your right hand is holding me up, and your gentleness has made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under my feet, that I did not slip. I have now pursued my enemies now, and I have overtaken them." That would mean crushed. Now, that's gnashing of the what? Of the teeth. "Neither did I turn again till they all were what? Consumed." That's what I mean, crushed. "I have wounded them that were not able to rise. They are now all fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto this battle. Thou hast subdued unto me those that rose up against me. Thou hast given me the necks of all of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me." This is the elects talking. "They cried, but there was none to save them. Even to Yah they prayed, but he answered them" what? "Not. Then did I beat them small, as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the striving of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. The Lord liveth, and blessed my rock, and let the Yah of my salvation be exalted. It is Yah that avenged me, and subdued the people under me. He delivered me from my enemies. Yeah, thou lifted me above those that rose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, Yah, among the heathen, and sing praises unto the name. Great deliverance and mercy giveth he to his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, to David and to his elect forevermore." You see, he gives you the victory, and you're going to be able to overtake all of your enemies. If you always remember how this path works, right? Remember, you got to have mercy on Israel. They learning. And if they learning, it's your job to teach them. Don't hide your word from them. Don't hide your face from them. If you know the truth, don't you shut up and don't say nothing. Help them in time of need. That's what you're there for. That's your light. Don't let it what? Don't let it go out by not having what on them.
Mercy.
Because if your light goes out, remember, that means Yah has what? Cut you off from what?
Mercy.
Because that's what the verse is with the lamps. Remember they said to get to the door? Then he said, "I never what? I never knew you." They began to beat at the door, say, "Please let us in." That means he ain't going to save them in that time of destruction. He going to let them just get dealt with. They're going to say, "Well, I told you to forgive them, let it go, have mercy on Israel, bless them," and you wouldn't do it. You came up with all the excuse you had, Now I would just make excuses why I can't help you. You're going to be judged by the same words came out of your mouth. And I will judge you according to your works. Because faith without works is what? What are your works of what? Righteousness. Where are they at? How many did you save? How many did you bring in here with you? For I never knew you. Because you don't know who? You don't know me. I am a Yah of what? Great mercy to the house of what? Israel. And if you don't know that about me, then you don't know Yah. I will have mercy and not what? Sacrifice. Exactly. Remember that. And the one leading you to Yah, you can fool with them, you can follow them, you can be with them in the appointed seasons, right? Right? In appointed seasons. And don't get it twisted, not one will never be jealous of the other. That's how John the Baptist showed me that too. One last little point, small, but needful. Remember when he says that John the Baptist said, go to Yahushua for I must decrease that he may increase? So you seen that level of respect, but at the same time, the level of no jealousy. That's what I loved about it. He wasn't one time, I would say it was no envy, was it? It was no jealousy. He was like, nah, go to him. They probably like, what you mean go to him? He like, nah, go to him. I'm finna go, but that's y'all next teacher. Go to him. It was no jealousy. It was no hating involved. It was none of that stuff. But, and so that let me know that ain't no way John the Baptist didn't make it into heaven because he knew. You know what I'm saying? It was his demeanor that you can see. Even Yahushua, you can see their demeanor. You can see the pattern of how they think. Love has no what? What love has no what in it?
Fear.
Fear. Exactly. So he wasn't afraid to let them go to who? To Yah. See, it was this because he had a love for just the truth. He had a love for Yah. Like, I'm not trying to hold nobody back from Yah. And if I gotta go, I'm not gonna I'm gonna take all y'all out of here with me. I'm gonna kill all y'all. Ain't nobody going to. He wasn't like that, was he? Like, nah, y'all go to Yahushua. I'll stay back. And I loved that. Because he knew his place. Another person knew their place too. Who was that? Can you remember?
I know his place.
They knew he couldn't go no further. Moses. Remember Moses? When he looked at the promised land and said, I can't go over there with y'all, but somebody over there y'all need to hear. Remember? But I'm going to stay back. See, that's that level of because it's called passing the what? Passing the torch, which is the light. It's not in the face of me, it's him or her here. You are next in line. It's not for me to hold on to it if it's beyond past my time, right? It's for you now. The truth is on you now, how they would say it. Pass the torch, right? Pass the baton. I love it because they was never afraid to pass it. To say, it reminds me of, I used to always have this dream of one that would point saying go that way. And then I look off in the distance and I can see Jerusalem. And they be like, go that way. Then you'll meet another one says, go that way. Right? But I ain't gonna get too caught up in that. But like I said, they was never afraid to pass the what? The torch and say, this is who's next in line, right? You follow them, listen to them, right? Take heed, right? Right? So don't be afraid if y'all tell you it's time to move on to this. But don't get it twisted. It's never, it's not abrupt. Put it like that. Because I don't want nobody to be under the misillusion that it's just an abrupt thing. Okay, I'm here with you today. I'm gone. I'm over here tomorrow. I'm going to be on this shit. That's ship hopping. We're not ship hoppers like that. No, he said in appointed seasons, right? So that means you have to patiently endure your what? Remember he told John the Baptist, I got to suffer this. I have to suffer this, right? Suffer me. How long did it might take for him to finish what? teaching me, but I can't just abruptly just what? Go. Oh, I'm tired. Remember he said, if they leading you onto life, you cannot what? Divorce it, right? You can't put it away if it is still leading you what? To life. It's only and only at the point when that person no longer has reached their cliff and said, hey, I can't go no further with you. But at that time, they will let you know. I can't go no further with you. It ain't you telling them, hey, I can't go no further. That ain't how this works. See, some of us think, because that's the pride and arrogance of some of us will say, oh, that means whenever I'm done, I'm done. But what the Bible just say, can you divorce a husband? They said, until what do you part? So that's when he no longer can go with you because of reasons of what? Death. But if ain't no death there, you just can't just up and go. Well, I'm done with this. I'm just tired of hearing it. That's not the same thing as death, is it? Right? Is that the same thing as death? He said, to what do you part? Because he says if you leave ahead of time, that's called being hasty and anxious. And guess what happens then? Now you just call being what? Rebellious. So don't jump the gun. Yah has to clear that way for you to leave. Remember, John the Baptist knew it was his time to go away. He knew he's going to be what? He knew that he was going to die, didn't he? So it was at that point unto death when he knew it was time to hand him over to who? And that's when Yahushua had even came, when he knew John the Baptist's time was going to come to what? So it was definitely it was not a collaboration, but a crossover point. But it was a smooth what? Transition, wasn't it? Now you always know if it's of Yah, because it's a what type of transition? It's a smooth transition. It's not abrupt. It's not through a phone call or through a text. Hey, I'm out of here. I'm done. You got to understand, it's smooth. It's because that person is no longer to be able to go there with you. That's when you know. Yah will give you all the signs that it is time. Not no, I wake up one day, you know what? I'm just too through with this. I'm done. On to the next. It doesn't work like that. It's to what? If the teaching is still good and leading you on to what? Drawing you closer to who? Yahushua. Can you leave it?
No.
Because that's what he tell you. Now you will be found what he called an adulterer. Adulteress or adulterer, because you have abandoned. Now you have abandoned the what? The truth. So don't be hasty. The truth is what the truth is. It's difference between who the truth falls on, right? But like when the Spirit left John the Baptist, guess where it went to? To Yahushua, so that when you knew where the Spirit went to him, so you knew it was time. It ain't no just you, when you read, like me. I just can't get up one day and just walk up out that front door and just say, okay, I'm done with it all. I'm just, and leave all y'all behind, right? But it's always a smooth what? Exactly. It's never abrupt. Devil does things what? Abrupt. It never happens abrupt. It's always a smooth transition from one place to another. It's never just abrupt. And that's what I learned of Yah. Yah has always shown me that too. It will never be abrupt. Right? Basically like this. Last but not least, I tell y'all this. This is how this works. One person told me this a long time ago until I finally understood what it meant. Boy, sit down and finish your breakfast. Exactly. Boy, sit down and finish my breakfast. That means don't just jump up and, I gotta go away. No, sit your butt down and finish what? Your breakfast, because that's the most important what? Meal of the day. You can't just run out on that. It is. So you have to finish it because this is what mean. These are the teachings of Yah when I understood it. The teachings of Yah you don't just run out on. You got to sit there and what until that plate is what you got to finish that. So if it's a teaching of Yah, you must finish the teaching. You don't say when you finish. No, the teaching has to politely come to its closure. You know what I mean? That's how it works with Yah. I can't just decide who's gonna lead me, who's gonna teach me, it's never of me. It has to be of Yah. See, whenever Yah ready me for a new teaching, he's gonna slide them right on what? Right on in. It is time. That's when you know it's time, because it comes in seasons, right? Do summer go straight to winter? No, because you got that one that kind of in between. That's what he said. It's a smooth what? Transition. That's why you're in between summer and you got the little fall, and then you got the spring in there. It's a smooth what? Transition into the other. That's how Yah does things. Understand the nature of Yah. He doesn't do things abrupt. That's the devil does. Right? Okay. All right. So with that, that's going to conclude our family day. I pray that y'all learn something and that y'all grow and that y'all understand y'all journey more better. To understand not to fall for the dead end, the ditches and the traps that are set out there for you. But to know these devils and understand what a devil is, right? But also to understand what your landmarks are too, right? Your landmarks are those that are drawing you what? Closer to Yah. Those you have to subject yourself under. If they got the teachings that you haven't never heard before and you know you needed to hear that, then you subject yourself to it if it draws you closer to Yah. See, when I was in Christianity, there was one level of it, right? But then to draw closer is when I found who? Yeah. There you go. Yahushua. And then I started drawing what? Closer. Understanding him more, understanding who he is more, understanding myself a little bit more. Right. But before I was further away. But now we're drawing closer. So these teachings that we're learning are drawing us what? Closer. Not moving us away from Yah, but drawing us closer to Yah. So these are the things we must subject ourselves into. If it draws you what? Closer. But reject anything that draws you what? Away. I don't care what type of miracle worker one they doing. If it tells you don't serve Yah, if that's the end result, then nah, we're not doing that. Right? Because remember, this still is the same God we always knew, even when we called him God, right? It ain't changed. It's still that same God we knew when we was Christians, isn't it? We just know who his real name is now, don't we? We have drawn what? Closer. More is being revealed to us. That's what drawing closer means in your walk. That's the end result, is to draw closer, okay? Don't let nobody lead you what?